Someone commented saying that Tame was always interested in Poe, and I replied that he really wasn't because initially in the series, Tame had zero interest in love. Mars was crumbling and he had lost all his friends who he thought hated him. The company was exploiting him and he knew eventually he had to go to Korea. He was all alone because his parents weren't there. Plus, he wasn't really close to them anyway. Love was the last thing on Tame's mind. So when Poe said if he has to continue directing, he wants to get to know Tame the most, and Tame basically says, nah, if it's about work, then I'm good. He meant it. Honestly, did he think Poe was different and memorable? Yes, he did, because as I've said before, Tame is a very kind and selfless person, and he saw that in Poe. Then when Poe asked, what if it's beyond co-workers? That's when Tame looked shocked and just walked away. The next day, when Poe goes to explain what he meant, Tame asks if it was romantic, and Poe nervously replied no. I need y'all to answer me this question. If Poe had said yes, it was romantic, what do you think Tame's reaction would have been? Would he have said, oh my god, great, let's date? Because I guarantee you, he wouldn't have, because he had no interest in love at that point. In my opinion, Tame started falling for Poe at the suit shop when he saw him working and realizing how dedicated he was. As a matter of fact, Tame tried flirting by complimenting Poe on a suit he had fixed, because prior to that, Poe told him that his ex looked down on him for working at the suit shop. After that, Tame fell so hard that he didn't even realize that idols aren't supposed to date until Pepper reminded him. So I'll just leave that right there. Now, let's look at the fan meet hypothetically in another scenario. Let's say hypothetically I'm walking past a bus stop full of people standing waiting for the bus, and I notice an extremely handsome man standing next to a kid. We're both looking at each other, and then the man notices the kid's shoelace is untied. So he bends down and ties the shoelace. After seeing that, I smile and continue walking. Keep in mind, the man is also smiling because we're still looking at each other. So was it love at first sight for me? Or was it love at first sight for him? Now, this post isn't to prove who fell in love first. As I've said before, the first set of heartbeats framed to Poe first, then Tame. Tame noticing Poe at the fan meet and saying he was different does not mean that he fell in love first. Admiration is not the same as love. But for me, the person who fell first was my sweet, dear Poat, aka Poe.